Whoa, Freetown, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leoneans, how are we doing? Well, Clarence here, aka Freestyle from Fefferity Radio London. How we doing? You see something, right? You know, in Sierra Leone at the moment, at least the good thing about it is that the sensitive conversations. Now we don't begin getting very sensitive conversations. And that's a very good thing. Because a lot of the time, we can just see one way or one way of looking at things. So today, I want to come look at another way or show another way of looking at things. And this is based upon the way we don't shape with thinking. We like today, there is a lot of conflict, you know, in the country. People in the blame on a political conflict, people in the blame, you know, on tribal, you know, people are blaming on so many things, right? And I look at the conflict as a conflict of interest, which of course can lead to a lot of corruption, and that could undermine, or something like this way to undermine the rule of law, how system for work properly. Now, I go back, I look at this, right? Sorry. Me mami come out Sulema, right? Amende and kind of freedom. You want me to talk Mende proper one. But we born na freedom because we kind of freedom and not talk Mende to we. So we don't speak Mende. So me mami na Mende, he join Mende society, like Christian and educated as well. The pa as well. Me pa in based na freedom. You know, Creole man, it could be Limba, it could be local, it could be anyone. You know, born a Creole man, when I Christian, and he joined also hunting, he joined OJ, he joined Okanja, the one with the Watalo, not the with the Watalo, and so many others. And also he's a member of a Mason, right? So that experience alone, growing up within that structure, right? I saw conflict, you know, I saw conflict where you're not a Creole, you're not Mende, but at the same time you don't become a Christian. So you are now supporting those members in your same denomination. You will get a favor, you will favor them, right? And then you're a member of OJ, hunting society, and all this, you know, all these different society as well. So there's also a favoritism there. And when you look, you know, in that sort of community, what I mentioned, things that happen where, because I'm a member of the church, or I'm a member of OJ society, or I'm a member of hunting society, or I'm a member of a lodge society, Mason, so things become much more muddled up. So where, you know, like for example, in this country, if you break the law in terms of driving and you get penalty charge, you're gonna pay. It doesn't matter, right? Which side you belong, you go for paid anything in there. But Salon now, it become a problem whereby, oh well, until I'm a member of my church, or I'm a member of my society, or I'm a member of my lodge, then the rule becomes secondary. This na me observation, another way of seeing things, right? So let's now bring Salon now, all man into this. Because Salon very small, let's say a population of 8 million. inside of 8 million day, let's say you have 55% Christian, right? And then you have, say, 50% Muslim, and then 5%, you know what I mean, any other, right? So inside that one day now, you will find out, say, when you grow up in a salon, within all of the structures, government structures, you have people, like I said, who belongs to either a Muslim, Christian, Oje, Hunting, or a lodge, or maybe now a tribesman. But I believe, say, the tribes thing, it can be a bit secondary. So you go find out, say, outside the law for take, or outside man who violate the law, you will find out, say, bo, na me, I want to remember, so make we treat her alright. Me, I don't see na freedom many times. So outside the law for take priority, and that citizens become much more abiding to the law, conflict of interest, favoritism come into play, right? Where a man will say, bo, a member of my lodge, or I'll go talk to my lodge man, or I'll go talk to me hunting man, or I'll go talk to the church man. So we use these different societies that we belong, greater more than the rule of law in the country, greater more than the respect for the law in the country, and even greater, right, than the individual. And when you come, say, the judiciary, whereby everybody in a salon don't fall short. It doesn't matter what society you belong to. However, now then you will see Usai, instead of the law play the greater role in the bringing justice, now then you will see the law being kicked aside, and then, oh, now me company lodge man, oh, now me hunting man, oh, now we church man, oh, now me company Muslim, and then maybe now me tribe go can last. So also we so today na salon, because there were so many clips. That was one of the ex-minister where they talk about the justice system, whereby because now in friend, he will go talk to the judge or he will go talk to the lawyer, and they will talk behind doors. So lots of the cases or decisions are made behind closed doors. So then you wonder to yourself, what's the point of the rule of law? What's the point of justice in Sierra Leone? What's the point of even forming any political structure? What we know, see, it not the work, because the man will offend, it will be in a part of your lodge man, it will be in a part of your auntie society, it will be in a part of your tribe society. So that becomes a lot more priority in which one they judge the person rather than the crime where the person commit. This is another way of looking at things. And I'm so happy that we are now having conversations where we can talk about all these things. And I'm very, very interested in talking about this, because when we talk about corruption, right, we know they take into consideration how we belong, how we as Sierra Leoneans belonging to those different factors. It's good, don't get me wrong. Who don't belong, nothing wrong with that. But what you don't make them as a practice is that we society that we belong to don't become much more important than the rule of law, much more important than real justice. You see me? Do you understand what I'm saying? And unless we begin to talk about this as matured people, then we will actually be in this kind of quagmire for a very long time, whereby we are conflicted, like a very contrite spirit. You don't know whose side you belong. You don't know side justice for prevail, whether or not you society, whether or not you lodge, whether or not you church, whether or not you tribe, we don't know. Because we all kind of intertwined. So you will find out, say now, countryman, where they talk about, oh, my tribe belongs to a Masonic society in Sierra Leone. And as a result of that, which one you think come first? You think that 9 tribe? No. So this is the position I think, as an observer and as a Sierra Leonean, this is what I've observed in the country, in the diaspora. Because I don't think, and one of the opinion, I think, that brings this sort of confusion is, in my opinion, the lack of maturity. Maturity in the sense of, okay, I belong to this society. Now, I understand the reason why I belong to this society and the importance of it and what this can do, right? And what I could do as well as member of a society towards my country. I don't think we are really qualified enough. But some of us went into all these different, whether it be church, whether it be Mason, whether it be all these different traditional societies, as a part of belonging. And where Sierra Leone is concerned, to be favored so that you can get away with a lot of things. This was a maturity, I believe, that some went into it so that they could get away with something. And in Sierra Leone, when you talk about getting away, is that the law is not really important, right? And this is what I talk about, the lack of maturity. Because in the West, you're not going to know that they mess, you know, that they whatever. But at the same time, if you commit a small law, I mean, something we get for do with penalty charge or breaking the law, he has to face it. And he will put his hands up and say, yes, my fault, right? And he will accept it. But as alone, as he say, no, the law becomes secondary, and then your society or your grouping becomes much more important. Anyway, this is another way of seeing things. Clarence here, aka Freestyle from London for Fairytale Radio. I hope say una can let's open the conversation if we can, and let's be matured and talk about it, because these are not secret anyway. So this is my observation in terms of the conflict of interest, conflict of making political and governmental decisions that to do with criminology, that's to do with corruption, that we can see it. By the same time, because of our different groupings that we belong to, we're not making and taking the right decision. I don't know what you think about that. Have yourself a lovely day. If you can, share. And if you can, let's open up a conversation about it. It's not a secret anymore. Remember Psalm 19? As a good Christian people, it said there is nothing hidden from the heath thereof. And the statue of the Lord is what? I'll leave it there. Go and read Psalm 19. So let's have the conversation. Thank you very much.